silent sound. Stomach making noise. Water bottle here. Continue game. My work week is over. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Let's do it. Oh boy. Scary. Not scary. Is that an arcade machine? This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The pinball is right there. The back guy. I'll feed my figurine in the morning.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Yeah.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
Ah. Hold up my nose. Okay.
What a dumb name. Royalist pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Sounds like you don't like pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
What about the other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Wanna play?
No.
Crazy. Kim Kitsuragi. Oh man, what are we learning now? I want to learn it. Don't we have more encyclopedia? Can I come back to this thought? I cannot. I only have one level. I kind of really want to make this. Does it matter? No. But still. Should we waste a point on this? Probably not. Will I? Well, I am. What?
It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Zeolite. His people are incredibly dexterous, and they all love pinball. Matter of fact.
Didn't you guys like invent pinball?
Us? Guys?
Stop.
You know, sale guys as pinball people. No matter, this is a failure. I'm failing and I'm going to stop.
Okay. I don't like pinball because I had to learn to play it for an undercover job at a pinball ring. And it's a lame, boring, and unchallenging game. There. We can move on now.
Thank you.
Super. Tip top. This went pretty well, all things.
I wasted a point on that. A note, NB, the spare key is tied to a... Well, at least that was worth it.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it. Lit. A phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene. Any pinball scene, really.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. a classic.
You played it.
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Man, chill.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
Coin.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Balls. Go on.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
Technically, the human beings are at the top of the food. Nah, that's not cool. Hunting. Silly. Trophy hunting? Yeah, it's silly.
He also hit his wife, and kids, other people's kids too, sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate a name for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. An ampoule? The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. The amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death. You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
Gimme can't be done, just watch.
I am, I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
There's no way, huh? I'm not spending a point on this. Why do they even make these if it's impossible to win? Why do they even make these if it's might as well try.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Anyway, is that an elevator?
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Go ahead.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Nougat and sweat, huh?
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
It says last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future? It's a joke.
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
Yeah, no, it was a joke. So it's not a message from the future.
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Sure. Let's go up. Small window. Taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Is anyone gonna be here? That's where she lives. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Here comes the sun. Pinball maker's coat. Probably would have come in handy. Empathy and hand eye. We can be that color for a while. What's our shoes do? Perception. Sure. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up fixing a machine at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling Racks was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. And the dice maker said she didn't know where it would have been, right? it would have been the whirling in racks. Wow, crazy.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
Yes, I love playing connections.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Why? Could this mean the whirling in racks really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Right.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Absolutely. And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're playing this. You got it.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
Gacht. Finish that. Just a tiny hole in the wall. Stop doing that, Harry.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Clash's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
But clearly.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
I should have looked at them first. I'm sorry, man. What are those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
Yeah. Could they fit? Oh my god, they
You
do.
clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. That's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Thank you, Kim. I love you. What does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. These prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. And if not, at least they're a good argument for this Ruby doing it, to present to Titus.
Let's have a closer look at the... Oh, what is it gonna need? 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 Can we try over and over again? Probably. We're gonna quick save just to be safe.
You clearly see
Jackpot.
large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
The prints look like the person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
The print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know. But it's not an argument for her either.
This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
My stomach's really alive today, man.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Lightly punch the door once more, just in case.
The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you.
So what's on the other side? We know what's just fucking...
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects. Gaze upon me in the despair.
Kudos.
What? We're getting all... Guess I should start spending point on this. No rush. Maybe there is a rush. Anyway. We made it through the door.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Okay, so, yeah. We didn't learn all that much. Guess we learned a little bit of stuff, but we didn't learn that much. We did kind of learn a couple of things. I just had an idea. What was the idea? There's a few things we're going to do. Hello, my people. I think we're looking for some sniper stuff. One was back here. Red.
There's some tear.
Tear me a new one. I don't know, man. It was definitely around here. We're trying to go up here. Well, I just don't think there's any way. There's a broken ladder.
You see, a once bright
I sure do.
slogan used to intertwine.
Yeah. That's cool. There is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. don't get it. Could this be the buoy Clashie told us about?
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That over there must be the boy Clash you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Pick up the wheat.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake the boy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Boy. Boy. Sniff.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay.
My favorite things.
The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner.
Yeah, open it.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn.
Look, it's still here. A little longer, it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Who do you think took him?
I have no idea.
This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Must have been Clashie's enemies, which means she's in danger. Could this be related to the cryptozoologist?
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Yeah. Well,
I have no idea. Or think we do.
could it be your enemies?
Could be. We should keep an eye out. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go.
You could ask the miss what she
You could ask the miss what she thinks about it.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. Poor things.
Can I get under here somehow? There's some stairs and all that. How do I ever go about getting there? Man, you can't just show me there's like stairs in there and there's just no way to get to them. There's just no way to get to them. Never give up
The
hope.
trap is poor thing.
Give up hope. Will this take us anywhere? We gotta go the long way around. Who the
As you approach, the man turns and greets you with a polite wave.
Yeah, the one and only.
He appears completely at ease, like a common holiday maker.
So you're someone, huh? You're here for Clashie? Who are you, huh? What's going on, huh? Who are you, huh? We have to ask about something. Is the revolution we're trying to start?
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again. But things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast?
Kind of wondering what you're doing here.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And well, I wish to see the situation firsthand.
First hand.
And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Yes. There's nothing like a stroll along the coast to lift one's spirits.
You do know there was a mass execution right over there.
Really? Here? How can you be sure?
Sort of a gift I have. I can reconstruct things that happened in the past. High-end detective stuff.
Ah, a very useful gift for a police detective, I'm sure. Fascinating how much history is contained right here. If only one knows where to look for it.
Are you just going to let him get away with these generalities and euphemisms?
I'm sure the communards who were killed here take a different view.
Yes, the loss of human life was truly catastrophic. This is why the Coalition is so focused on preventing another war. Our peacekeeping mission is a testament to this. Thankfully, the region is becoming more and more stable. I'm confident that atrocities like this belong in the past. The future is... tranquilo bilou.
Tranquilo.
Tranquilo, below? Let's not get into this. You can't argue with someone who uses words like tranquilo, below.
Tranquilo. Actually, that was something else.
Ah bon? I'm all ears, officer.
I need your help forming a committee. I'm trying to assign la responsabilité.
My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists.
God, of course it does. These moral intern types.
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol, it acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Where is he then? You knew there was something strange about this one. He's an astral projection,
Of course.
a bureaucratic phantasm. He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
Huh. Do it. Try to stick your hand through him. Boink.
Mais que faites-vous, officer?
Yes, I was wondering the same thing. What are you doing?
He said he wasn't really here. I have to make sure.
No, don't be silly. We're simply speaking in an informal capacity. Officially, I am still in La Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
But this is an urgent matter. I need to get in touch with the committee.
Yes, you've made your persistence quite clear. Under normal circumstances, I would have to insist you go through the regular channels.
No, you can't let them give you the runaround.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
The what?
Officer, you mean to say that you haven't noticed the giant Coalition aerostatic peacefully patrolling the skies over Revachol?
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, amidst the low-hanging stars, you can just make out signs of motion.
Nope.
It's a set of position lights moving in unison, like a restless constellation. No, it's more like a creature from the abyssopelagic zone. A great, dark, bioluminescent fish.
How long's it been? Okay, we got that. Okay.
Don't let the shiny lights fool you. It's a goddamn killing machine, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Looks like a killing machine.
Well, of course it is a heavily armed and armored warship with a full complement. But I assure you its purpose in Revachol is to keep the peace, not disturb it.
Why do I need to go through Archer to speak to the committee?
You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communications infrastructure in Revachol.
It's watching us too.
And listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments. I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Convention.
No. No. So how does one go about contacting a coalition warship?
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available for non-coalition use. Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum. I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno-tinkerers to do it.
Is that legal?
Unauthorized circuit bending is a very serious matter with grave security implications. But as of the moment, there is no specific law forbidding it. In Revachol, at least.
Sounds like something that programmer we met in the church might be able to help with.
I know.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
But why are we doing this anyway? Thank you.
Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
Bon chance. Oui, oui. Goobity goobity. Tell God. We also need to do karaoke. I don't know when. Check boardwalk for bullet traces. Well, we're here, man. I don't know. Boardwalk. Thank you. Man, I see that tear. I see that tear. The tear is not for me. Oui, oui. Da 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 da. Ba-doo-ba-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Check the boardwalk. What am I looking for here? What am I looking for? I don't understand. What am I looking for here? I've been here. There's nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Ba-da-dum. Dun dun. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-do. A door.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
Could
The
this
door hasn't
structure
been
be
opened.
used?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Yeah, right. We'll never do that. Maybe I'm supposed to just try anyway.
Just dead. Poor thing. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this.
Yeah.
The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out Biddable Prime, was it?
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
And what about the cigarette butts, huh?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joan? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Yeah.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Look over the water to the whirling in rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. It's glowing in the dark night. The lights are on. Glazia must be in there. Looks like she kept her promise not to go out at night anymore.
Ribbit-bip-doop-bap-doop. Okay, so we checked Land's End. I went all around the boardwalk. I didn't see any blue. I don't really understand. And then the island? How does one go about doing that? Is this an underground tunnel that'll take me to the island? Sooner. The sooner we get to help Suna, the sooner we can... Suna. Rishi Sunak. What? Da-da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da. I'm still not any closer to helping you guys, I think. Do we need to fast travel? I guess.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
Physical it would be this one. I remember. And I think that's all.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-crank ice cream churner. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before. And it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do.
I'm angry. Disappointed. Extremely sad. But you know, it is what it is. Fine. 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 Doop doop. Doop doop. Doop doop. But where are the clothes it used to display? Oh my god, I can't believe it. We've got another level. Doot 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 doot. Just still making your dice.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
No, I was just gonna tell you about the...
I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarifies it.
Bye. Poor animals. Indeed. I'm so scared. Okay.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
I'm a... Say nothing.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique.
Thank you. Did that give me anything? No. It's pointless. It didn't give me like +1 physical instrument. That's cool. Nah, that's great. Avoid a door. Can we not look at it? No. And the stuff up here was like stealing or something. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map.
I'm sorry, they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. That old thing, from when some...
The place does not look.
They didn't get that far. are. For some reason.
This large ozone disintegrate. In the northeast, a dust mites. The ocean connections 800 of.
Cool. Great. I mean, there's other books, right, that we can maybe learn from?
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
I guess we can get to reading.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's all.
Indeed. Something
Thank
about
you.
that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains.
Medicinal purposes of the pearl. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Over the book.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pearl. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
Pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pearl, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Is there anything about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
I just want something that'll soothe the relentless torment of my existence.
What you're describing is booze.
Yeah.
You don't need any herbs for that.
Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
I hate ginger. The root. Gross. Meadow root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Boil it with a tea made from birch bark. No whiskey. We don't do that. Mash it into a paste with some aloe vera extract. Aloe vera good? Sure.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Some wild ginseng root. The nerve root. Wow. 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 You know, pomegranate seeds.
The rue and aloe vera make this poultice ideal for alleviating minor injuries and inflammation. It won't do anything for your hangover, though.
Yeah, well.
Would you like to try again?
Yeah, let's try again.
Very well. First,
Ginger
next,
is
you
good
need
for
to
you.
Combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Birch.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Ginseng.
The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins.
It's good.
The ginseng should give you more energy as a nice bonus.
Yeah.
The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You're more present and in control than you were a moment ago.
Wow. Savor the feeling.
A tingle rushes down your spine, and you feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this.
Try again.
Very well.
Ginger.
Next, you'll need to combine
this one.
Lastly,
But then,
is there anything else you'd
sugar.
like? The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea
It's
will help
just
you
energy.
imagine yourself. Very well.
Mint.
You'll need to combine the base ingredient.
Whiskey.
Lastly, is there anything else?
Pomegranate.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus.
Focus.
Though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite.
Yeah.
Would you like to try again?
It's
You
all good.
close the book.
That's pointless. Let's try another.
Shelves full of
Try another.
of famous
Whoa,
people.
the time. Holy mo... Jesus. We'll be back. We got money. God damn. And there's people. This is when we want to do it. Should I be mean and save it for next time? I think I should. That is mean.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
God, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Go on, ask me.
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons. A mausoleum of the dead. No, it's pinball machines. Pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too.
Well, they were right.
I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why do you want to play? Hehehehe. Yes, I did check. There is one.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I have to warn you. I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
So you know of the curse?
Everyone knows of it.
Well, the whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in building B. B for business. B for building. Double B. Baby. BB. BB gun. BB guns was a thing that was manufactured here back in 91. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
Hold on, not once? Is that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
Trying to poke at him a little bit with my stick. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time. That's maybe a bit too evil. Which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse?
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, The hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about this place, don't you?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
So you finally admitted. Yeah, you shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know.
I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
There is an acrimonious note. It's clear he's doing the real work around here.
Who named it Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateneers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
What about those other cafeterias you manage?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling.
I want kebab now. Timing's just not ever really good for that. Too bad it's all doomed then. Nah, good luck with the place.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Yeah.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment...
Well, there's a
can we-
peephole.
What wall?
Yeah, upstairs in the secret back room. Right next to Kalash's bedroom. Found it when I found the pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The color has drained from his face.
Are you sure you haven't been I'm pretty sure he hasn't. But he could have been.
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Yeah, good.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall.
Yeah. You've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the... Yes?
We need to sing karaoke, but we will do that in the next episode of Disco Elysium. That'll be all for now, guys. Take care. I love you all. And, shut up. I need to quit before I can press the button. Take care. See you around. Probably one or two more times this week, because I'm speed running this now. Alright, bye. Well, actually, I need... Oh, man, there's so many things I'm forgetting about. Anyway, I could still pre-record these videos and just have them uploaded when other stuff... Yeah. I'll figure it out. I always do. Kind of. Okay, bye. What? Okay. Yep.